So, like you said, if you had a driver that was pulled over 10 times and one time they got placed out of service or violated for non English speaking, but 9 times they didn't, that was one officer taking the memo from 2016 and feeling like that driver did not meet the memo. But 9 others said he met the memo or didn't care. So ultimately, is that driver going to be placed out of service starting June 25th, just like 2007? Yes. How are you going to get the driver back in the truck? He's going to have to learn English. Or you're going to have to data queue the violation, which means they should have never violated him in the first place. What would I say the key is here? The enforcement memo that they're going to write and disseminate to the motoring public. We're going to have to get that in our hands and read it and apply it to every driver. If we have any doubt whatsoever that a driver will pass whatever memo they give, then we better pull them out of our truck and we better educate them on the memo to make sure whatever the government wants to see for that driver to prove it, the driver's prepared to do so. So back in 07, 08, it would be a series of questions that the driver had to have an answer to. So we would have to teach the driver how to answer all those questions. Then it would be a series of traffic signs where if they pointed to them, the driver had to explain the signs. So once we get the memo, we can try to use the memo to guide the driver to pass the inspection. But until we get that new memo, how are we going to know what sufficiently is? What would I do in the meantime? I would teach my driver to understand the definition of the word sufficiently. Because if you can explain the word sufficiently, well, then how are they saying that you can't speak the English language if you're explaining what sufficiently means? I'm joking about that. So at least make sure that the driver, to an adequate degree or enough, adequate or enough. So should the driver understand that the word sufficiently is truly whether it's adequate or enough? That's the word in the regulation that we should be most worried about. The word sufficiently.